The salesman at the luxury car dealership smirked as they ushered the woman toward the exit. With her plain clothes and modest demeanor, she looked like she didn't belong. "Sorry, ma'am, this isn't a place for window shoppers," one of them sneered. But they had no idea who she was or what was coming for them the next day. Keep watching. Clara never cared much for appearances. Despite being married to one of the wealthiest men in the city, James Harrington, she was a woman of simple taste. The billionaire adored her for her humility, but she had learned the hard way that the world often judged people by their looks. That afternoon, Clara decided to visit an upscale car dealership to buy James a surprise gift, a sleek, custom-built luxury car. She stepped inside, scanning the showroom filled with polished, expensive vehicles. But instead of a warm welcome, she was met with disdain. "Can I help you?" a young salesman asked, barely hiding his irritation. "Yes," Clara said, smiling. "I'm interested in one of your top models, the Rolls-Royce Phantom." The salesman snorted, exchanging amused glances with his colleagues. "Ma'am, maybe you should check out something more affordable. We have pre-owned sedans in the back." Clara frowned. "I'm interested in the Rolls-Royce." Another salesman, a tall man with an arrogant smirk, crossed his arms. "Look, we don't have time for people who aren't serious buyers. We can't just let anyone sit in these cars." The insult stung, but Clara remained calm. "You shouldn't judge a book by its cover," she said softly. The tall salesman chuckled. "And you shouldn't waste our time. Please leave." Embarrassed and hurt, Clara turned and walked out. The laughter of the salespeople echoed behind her. That night, Clara sat at dinner, unusually quiet. James noticed immediately. "What's wrong, sweetheart?" he asked, setting down his fork. She hesitated but then told him everything. The smug looks, the condescending voices, the way they had dismissed her as if she were invisible. James's expression darkened. "They treated you like that?" Clara shrugged. "It's not the first time. I guess I just expected better." James leaned back, a thoughtful glint in his eyes. "That dealership belongs to a friend of mine. Maybe it's time they learn a lesson." The next afternoon, the dealership was buzzing with activity. Salespeople entertained wealthy clients when a deep, unmistakable engine roar filled the showroom. Heads turned as a black Rolls-Royce Phantom and two other luxury cars pulled up to the entrance. The doors opened and out stepped James Harrington, the billionaire, the legend. The salespeople froze. The tall one who had humiliated Clara the day before quickly fixed his tie and suddenly stood straighter. "Mr. Harrington, what a surprise." James ignored him and turned to Clara, who had stepped out of the car and looked radiant in a simple dress. He took her hand and led her inside. "You know," James roared, scanning the stunned employees, "my wife came here yesterday to buy me a car, but instead of helping her, she was insulted and thrown out." The manager, a middle-aged man in a navy suit, rushed over, sweating. "Sir, there must be a misunderstanding. We—" James held up a hand. "No misunderstandings, just poor judgment. So I have a decision to make. Should I buy the Phantom today?" He paused, letting their hope rise. Then his smile vanished. "Or should I take my business elsewhere?" The staff's faces turned pale. "Mr. Harrington," the tall salesman stammered, "we had no idea she was your wife. Had we known—" James's sharp gaze silenced him. "You should treat every customer with respect, not just the ones you think are rich." The manager stepped forward, bowing slightly. "Please, sir, we deeply apologize. Let us make this right." James smirked. "You will?" He turned to Clara. "Would you like to choose a different dealership, my love?" Clara met the eyes of the same men who had mocked her. "No," she said with a smile. "I think I'll buy the Phantom after you replace your entire sales team." The dealership had no choice but to comply. By the end of the day, several salespeople were out of jobs, replaced by professionals trained to treat every customer with dignity. As Clara and James drove away in their brand new Rolls-Royce, Clara felt a quiet satisfaction. Not because she had proven her worth, she had never needed to, but because she had reminded them of a simple truth. Respect costs nothing but is worth everything. Would you stand up against discrimination like Clara did? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you love inspiring stories like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more. Where are you watching this video from? Let us know in the comments. Take care.